What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for cooling with Jay. As always, I'm just down in Portland, Oregon, finished up with the gym, and I'm about to head for another ride. So this is my 2,000 mile review of my bike. I think I'm actually at 2,000. I can see that I'm at 2,029 miles. So I figured I'd do a 2,000 mile review of my bike, and let you know what I think about it so far and see if any of my opinions have changed. Alright guys, so let's get into it.
Hit the gas on them nitro, youngin'. Cooler than being cool, that's ice cold, youngin'. We really bad at no bluffing. Self-made boy, that's the end of discussion. Coolin' with Jay, they know we coolin', right? Coolin' with Jay, they know we coolin', right? Coolin' with Jay, they know we coolin'. You ain't really coolin', or you think you're foolin'.
Alright, so let's get this video started. Alright guys, so 2,000 mile review of my bike. It has been a little over a year now. I think I'm at about, so I got the bike in March, about 13 for 14 months now. So 2,000 miles later, man, and it still feels good. So basically in this video, I'm going to go over a few of the things that obviously I've come to realize about my bike, pros, cons, things of that nature. Alright, so first up, one of the things obviously I love about it is still the looks. No matter where I go, no matter what I do, I'm always, the bike always gets noticed. The bike always, people always notice it, people always comment about it. They say they love the look, the style, the style. That's number one, man. I love the style of the bike. In my personal opinion, there's nothing better than this bike. Nothing better as far as looks go, but then again, that's subjective. Obviously, people might say the BMW is the best looking, or the Kawasaki or the Yamaha R1, but in my opinion, this is the cream of the crop. And it was funny, I was just at Cars and Coffee this morning. It was military day, so I didn't do a review about it, or what's it called, Cars and Coffee video like I've done. And if you interested in some more cinematic kind of stuff, check it out on my channel. As always guys, please like and subscribe, as it greatly helps out my channel growth. But anyway, it was military day, so I didn't take a video, but it was funny because one of the guys said the first thing he saw was my bike. The first thing he saw when I pulled in was the color and the red. I mean, on Ducati, red is unmistakable. I will go into another question I get asked all the time is, of course, how hot does it get? Let's see, it is, I was trying to get the temperature. I think it's like 80 something degrees outside right now, and obviously I just got started, so the bike's not gonna be hot yet. But people ask, do you get hot in the bike? And obviously the bike does get, pretty warm, but I think only one time did it get to the point of where my thighs were pretty roasty. Again, I didn't ride the V-twin, so I can't compare the two. But for what I understand, it isn't as hot as the V-twin, but I'd probably guess to say it's probably one of the warmer bikes. Now, we're still in, early July, so we haven't hit at least our peak hot season yet. So I don't know how it's gonna get then. It might get, obviously we're gonna get into the 90s. We personally in Oregon don't see too many 100 days. So, for those of you living like California or Nevada or Utah asking me about it, well, it's hard for me to say because I don't live in those states and we don't get that hot. Not as hot as y'all do, at least, you know. We do get our hot days, but not like that. So that's the question I get asked the most. Another thing I love is the TFT dash. Now, I've seen the new BMW S1000 dash, and it looks too Nintendo-y for me. It looks too PlayStation, Nintendo type of dash to me. I don't. Now I like how clear it is, but as far as like the bar kind of rev, I don't personally like that. I like this counter better, in my opinion. It's weird. I actually have always kind of dig the old Kawasaki kind of RPM, you know, Nintendo dash kind of thing. I kind of like that. It's kind of cool. It's unique because it's different. So the TFT dash, that's another thing I love so much, you know, and I love how it changes from, you know, of course, black to white background depending on the time of day. I have it on auto. I usually have it on black so y'all can see, but I kind of like to mix it up. So it's going to change from black to white depending on where we're at. Like once I go through the tunnel, it's going to change black for a couple seconds and then come back to white. I actually need to get over. I didn't realize there's going to be this much traffic, but it's Portland, so we always have traffic. Always have traffic. I'm actually, y'all don't know this, but my left turn signal is actually out right now. The cord popped out, so I gotta get a new one. That Fujimoto sending to me, I appreciate him. Shout out to him. Those are the integrated turn signals. To me, the best on the market. A little plug right there. See, that's the right one, but the left one, see, there's no blinker. So the back works, but my front popped out. So he's sending me a new one. So that's why I don't really have a left turn signal. But anyway, I love the running time lights as well. I did also dig the 1299 ones as well. Those are pretty cool. I love, you know, obviously a sport bike is not going to be the most comfortable, so I don't really get into that deep forum conversation about which sport bike is the most comfortable, because that, and people ask me that too, you know, and that depends on a lot of things, guys, more though than just the bike. Like how tall are you, what's your ergonomics, like are you more upper body, torso, or are you more legs? See, I'm more legs, so in theory I have a short upper body, so for me, you know, my knees still hurt, even though, you know, I am a shorter guy. I'm only 5'9" on a good day. I'm only 5'9" on a good day, but the issue is I'm all lower body. So people say, well, you know, BMW is the most comfortable, and it might be, but the issue is how much comfort are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, what, comfortable to go to the grocery store? Comfortable to ride 30 miles? Because at the end of the day, if I said, all right, guys, let's ride 2,000 miles, I mean, which is it really going to matter at that point? I will say, obviously, like I mentioned before, I wish it had cruise control. That'd be cool. You know, I don't necessarily, I mean, heated grips, of course, would be cool, but cruise control would be nice for when I'm going out for a ride to a place, and, you know, be able to cruise. Because once you're in the twisties, I mean, it doesn't really matter then. You know, your wrists aren't going to be on fire, and obviously you're not going to use cruise control while you're in the twisties. But as far as like stuff like this, it'd be nice for if it's an open freeway to just have it on cruise control. So that's the next thing. In fact, if I was to say the one thing I love the most, it'd probably be the single-sided swing arm. Like, the single-sided swing arm to me, oh boy. Oh boy. Come on, guy, get over. Dude, you gonna get over or what? Or nah? A single-sided swing arm is probably my favorite feature of the bike. Now I'll be curious to see how the new baby Panigale is going to look. If it's going to be single slotted as the pictures show, or will it still keep the, you know, the standard kind of swing arm? So that part I don't know. I'll also say, you know, as for those of you who of course don't know, this is my first bike, and after a year of some decent riding, I mean, the bike hasn't, like I said, the bike hasn't really, I mean, you know, thank God, but the bike hasn't really got out from under me. You know, it's been, I don't want to use the word easy to ride, because easy is a very dangerous word to use. I won't say easy, but it's been very comfortable. You know, I get on it now and it feels natural. Obviously, I'll never ever, or, you know, God willing, try to never take it for granted. You know, I'm never going to take that ease of use for granted, but this V4 over the V-twin has definitely been easy for me. And, you know, for those of you out there, you know, looking at sport bikes, I mean, see, you gotta deal with this. Now, no matter what sport bike you have, people are gonna do some dumb crap all the time. And of all the people to cut off, you cut off a biker, you know. But that's how people are. Whew. Now I'm getting hot now. Now what's interesting is usually the traffic is going the other direction. It's usually the pack one. Usually going home, it's not that bad, but, and it's 12 o'clock. You know, it's pretty much noon, so I'm kind of surprised traffic is this bad going into Beaverton. But, you know, I don't make up the rules, you know what I'm saying? So we're near the tunnel, and obviously we love tunnels, so pretty much once we get to the tunnel, I'm gonna stop talking and just let y'all listen to the bike. Alright, here we go. So that is the tunnel. The seat comfort. The stock seat isn't that bad. Obviously I have the gel seat, so that's another thing that, you know, from sitting on other bikes. What's weird for me is the 959 just wasn't comfortable sitting on. Now, obviously, riding it might be comfortable, but it's weird. Even though when I sat on the 1299 and the 959, it's just weird. Just, I don't know, something about the 1299 just felt more comfortable. Even though they're based on the same platform, you know, I don't know. I can't really say why that is, but it just was. Finally gas. I'll talk about that. So I average about, so right now I'll put it in 6th gear. Alright, so right now I am getting 58.2 miles to the gallon. I will be cruising at 67 miles an hour. So it's jumping between 52 and 56 miles per gallon is what I'm at. That's what the average is saying. So obviously if I'm on it, but just cruising, let's just call it 50. Now I don't know if that's least or greater than other bikes, but just for those of you who know, hey, you get pretty good gas mileage. I mean, my car gets about I don't know, 32 combined, maybe. So I mean, you get better gas mileage. Oh, it's another one. Insurance. So I pay about $127 a month, and actually I can get that down to about $98. So State Farm. So for those of you who are looking, so I'm 31 years old. I don't have I had an accident, but it was like over a decade ago, so it's not on my record. So being 31 years old, first bike, because it asks you, you know, I think it is like, have you owned a bike before, or have you ridden? Oh no, no, it's how many years. And I think it's, you know, under a year, over a year, like, you know, under a year. Then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I think it was about a year of riding. So. Oh, someone had a wreck. Yep. Oh, car just broke down. So yeah, I get about what was I saying? Lost my train of thought just now. Oh, so insurance, I get about, yeah, so I can get about down to about $98 a month for me. So it's not terribly bad either. Like I said, obviously, and that's with State Farm. You know, I don't know who y'all have, or, you know, what's the best out there, but at least as far as Oregon's concerned, I didn't even check State Farm, to be honest with you, because I went with like a third-party kind of company, like a sister company of Geico. I just assumed all those major corporations, you know, your Geico, your State Farm, I think it's Liberty Mutual's another one, like all of those. I just figured they'd be super expensive. So, and it's even cheaper through State Farm if I bundle all of it. Like if I bundle the cars, homeowners insurance, life insurance, policy, all of that, like it brings it down even more. So, which is pretty good. Now, I will say this, guys, the only caveat to that is that no insurance comes with accident coverage, meaning, like, for example, like medical expenses. So what I was told by the insurance lady is that any I think it's the max you can get coverage, at least in Oregon, the max you can get is 15,000 coverage. And she said no matter what insurance company you go with, you're going to increase your policy by $100. So just you know, take that for what it is. So, you know, you can either not get, now I don't have it, and I should have the medical coverage, but yeah, so pretty much, you know, obviously I'm insured if I have an accident, but as far as medical, it will rely on my health insurance, not through my car policy. So the max you can get is 15 grand, which to me is crap, because I mean, if you get in a car accident, you're easily to walk away. If you get in a motorcycle accident, 15 grand's probably not even going to be close to enough. Wouldn't trade it back. I wouldn't get a different bike or a smaller bike. You know, I wouldn't get the S. The only true modification I would change on the bike would be two. Now, as y'all know, most of my carbon is, all my carbon is Shift Tech. The only thing I don't like is his frame covers don't fully cover the frame. So that part, I would go for a different company, or, you know, or he should make them better, in my opinion. And two, my CRG levers don't have enough adjustability as far as bringing them closer. So I would definitely change my levers out for a different company. I'm not sure which one, but I definitely want more adjustability, because in traffic I'm still having to, you know, I'm still pretty much far out, and I have I have pretty decent hands, but I guess my fingers are not, you know, tall or long, as you could say. So it's a lot of stretching. So that's also where some of that wear comes from, and that tiredness, you know, in longer traffic, for sure. So I would definitely change out those. So those would be the things I'd pretty much change. Other than that, I'd keep the bike relatively the same. Well, alright guys, Thank you for cooling with Jay as always, guys. I appreciate y'all after a year. Like I said, if you haven't always, please subscribe, like, hit that, smash that like button, and I will see all of y'all in the next video.